Is it possible to experience separation? If we claim that there is a separation between something and another thing, between consciousness, I, and whatever I'm experiencing, we must simultaneously be aware of awareness, consciousness, and whatever it is that we suppose is separate from ourself. That is, for example, a thought, sensation, perception of a person, landscape, a mountain, a galaxy. So these apparent two are currently experienced. I, which is a symbol that denotes awareness, consciousness, and the form of experience. And it's always a form of experience. It's never a form of matter, that is, a substance that exists independent of experience. There is only experience. So I am aware of a form of experience that seems to be separate from myself, is the formulation that is asked about. I seem to be experiencing separation. How to not experience separation, or to reveal the truth of non-separation. Well, in the very stating of the question about separation, there is implicitly a recognition of unity. For the unity of being is ever present, for it is reality or truth. And by saying that two things are apparently separate is to indicate that they are simultaneously experienced. Whatever I'm calling I and whatever I'm calling the separate thing, however I'm defining I and however I'm defining this separate thing, they are simultaneously present now. So that means experientially they are connected, not as a theory or as a belief, but as a direct experience. They are connected. And to be connected is a concession to dualistic language by suggesting that there are two things that have some kind of line of connection between them. But in reality, for there to be two things simultaneously present now is to experience that in the now they are one. That is, the now is that presence, which is the oneness in which the apparent I and the apparent other thing exist and are unified, or are conceived to be separate. I'm saying apparent I and apparent thing because for me to claim, for any of us to claim that there is a separation between two things, I would need to define one of the things, in this case I, as a limited entity. So it would be an appearance of an I. The true I is this oneness of the presence of now, in which any apparent I or self and any apparent thing exists temporarily. So how to experience non-separation? Well, How is it possible not to experience oneness? Oneness is all that is experienced. By virtue of claiming that separation exists and is real, we are confirming that it is not. For the two things are simultaneously experienced. For instance, the sound of this voice and consciousness are seamlessly one. The sound of this voice as a sound, a sentence, the sound of this voice, and I consciousness, I consciousness as a series of words are pointing, in fact, to the same one presence. The sound of this voice and the presence of consciousness refer and arise from the same one presence that is now, always now, the only now. So it's from the nowness of presence that we, as this presence, claim that there is a separation between a this and a that we have conceptualized. So for duality to appear to exist, it must be housed within non-duality. For the appearance of two to seem to exist, there must be one medium, like this one screen, in which these two hands appear. The same is the case with everything that we experience. If I can say there's a thing, I am by definition referring to a collection of things or a duality of things. Because if there is one thing that is defined to be limited and separate, there are a collection of other things. And if I believe there is a thing separate from all other things, I am by definition claiming or believing that I am a separate thing. But if I see all definitions of things as separate, in fact, clarifying that there is only one presence in which all apparently separate things can appear to exist. Like all the pixels on this screen, there are a multitude of pixels all made of one screen. And it's only from the point of view of conceptualization that there are a multitude of things or pixels in experience. There is only one limitless whole of presence. So one other way to immediately verify the oneness of being, the non-duality of presence, is just to see that there is only one experience present now. For there to be one experience present now means there is a oneness to this experience. If thought conceptualizes a myriad of things that are enclosed within this one experience, like a collection of 10,000 things, there remains only one experience in which all of those things appear to exist. So that oneness is primary. I say first, there is one experience, and in this one experience, there appear to be 10,000 things. So the 10,000 things is an interpretation of thought that is superimposed upon the oneness of the one experience. And the one experience that is present now is experienced by who? When we say there is only one experience, I'm not saying I in that sentence, and yet there is only one experience refers to reality. There is only one experience. So who is it that is having this experience of oneness? Well, in the statement, there is only one experience. It is this one experience that is experiencing itself. It is only after the fact that thought may conceptualize a separate I that is having the experience, that is possessing the experience, or interacting with the experience at a distance. In the immediacy of the moment, where there is just the raw, naked intimacy of being, there is only oneness. It is thought that conceptualizes and later on believes in the seeming actuality of separation between I and whatever is experienced. So simply stay here and recognize that staying here as this oneness of experience is not a choice that is made by the mind, by a shift of attention, or by any means that require a movement or a change in state. For the oneness of reality is always and already the case. It is the only substance present. It's already here. So there's no movement to it, and there's also no movement possible away from it. For all movements, like this hand is a movement within the one still ever-present screen. Every movement of attention, every movement of thought is moving within this one ever-present still reality of being that we all refer to when we say, I am. It is I, the only I that we all are, that is this one presence of reality already. And we know that, for there is one constant, changeless presence to our experience of this continuous flow of change. There is a constancy to our being. So that is where we stay. And we don't stay by effort. Does it require any effort right now to simply be? Thought may suggest that there is an effort to be, but that suggestion of an effort arises after the fact that being is already present effortlessly, choicelessly. So this here now, the staying, which is intrinsically effortless for being, is what meditation essentially ultimately is. And so in this understanding, meditation is ever present. We may choose to set aside a period of time to allow the body and the mind to relax into this ever-present being. But that would be no different for our essential being than wild activity. Going to the gym, running, motocross biking, skydiving. the background and substance of our essential infinite being remains in its same pristine condition.